Good afternoon, Garuda King with 49th Parallel, and today I'm going to talk about my new pack. As you guys probably maybe have seen, I like to rock the ILBE by the United States Marine Corps. That's one of my favorite packs, 60 liters, and can haul some serious weight. I've had over 110 pounds in that pack, and yeah, and it'll take it. But recently, I've been looking for a smaller pack for the summertime, something a little bit more streamlined and sleek, less straps, and just pretty much a summertime bag, and also can double as an urban bag, a go bag, and carrying all my Milsim airsoft gear in it. So I've been looking for a new pack for quite some time now, and researching lots of different ones and price point. I mean, I don't want to go anything like Mystery Ranch or anything big like that. I know even Arcturus Leaf is a really nice pack, but it's kind of up there on the price tag, and they're pretty big, and I already have a big pack, and I already got a small pack. So I was looking for a medium, around a 40 liter. Been online looking at all the different designs that are out there, colors and whatnot, and so I dropped the hammer on the zipperfox 40 liter by Wisport. It's made in Poland. It's made out of 500 Kadura. It was pretty reasonable. I think it was I paid just under $200. I really liked the look. The thing that sold me on the bag first glance was the look. Came in multicam, nice molly placement, and it looked really clean and streamlined, perfect for going through really thick brush, not that many straps on it. And so that was the first thing that caught my eye, was the looks. Just like anything else in life, always catches you by the looks. And then second was the design of its opening. Was really impressed with how they decided to design this pack on it being able to open. So I picked it up probably 4 months ago, went and threw some gear in it, got it up to about 50 pounds with water and gear, took it around the property and tried it out. One thing that jumped out at me at first was their SAS system, or their adjustment system that they have on the frame of the pack. It says it's an internal frame pack, but when I think of internal frame packs, I think of it's got 2 aluminum stays that run down it. On the Wisport, it only has 1, and they call this semi-adjustable system the SAS Plus, which I didn't understand. It has a straight aluminum bar in here that's one size, and it says you can adjust it by moving it up or down, and I didn't see any adjustment in there. So right there, that's a little gimmicky, and really didn't work. So I did something else to be able to make it comfortable to hold around 50 pounds. But before we go into all that, let's talk about the external components of the pack. I'm going to go ahead and drop my Agilite bladder carrier off of here real quick. Get it out of the way. So we'll start with that. It does have these 4 little rings here with square plastic loops on it to be able to attach something down to, hydration carrier or whatnot. But I got the Agilite K straps for strapping this guy to the pack, and got those there. So that's nice. It's got a full panel of molly right here, which is very nice. On the side, it's got a full panel of molly right here, and also here, and then on the top of the lid also. So I really like the fact that it's got some really nice molly on it. It's really streamlined, as you can tell. It's a pretty small pack, pretty streamlined for a 40 liter. You've got straps down here on the bottom for attaching a sleeping pad, and you could send it through these loops, which is a really nice feature, and have it here on the back, or you can adjust it out to where you could have it on the bottom, or you could completely take it out of these loops and have a really big bulky item there if you need to. Another feature that kind of sold me on the pack is that it does have a hidden pocket on the bottom with a rain fly. Now I wish they'd have sent a multicam rain fly to match the pack, but it comes with a green one, and I have tested it in the rain and it does a pretty good job, but I went ahead and waterproofed it with some Nick waterproofing to beef it up a little bit more, and I'm actually considering buying me a multicam rain fly that'll fit the pack. So that was really nice that it came with that. It's got a single drag handle on the back top, 2 drag handles on the bottom on the sides, which is a little strange. I've always had them either here or up top, never on the bottom, but I guess, you know, if you wanted to carry it like that, you could. It's got 2 quick buckle straps on the side, which has dual points of cinching it down, so if you have something real narrow like an ice axe, an alpenstock that I like to rock, I can put it right through here, and it's not going to move around that much. Or you could pull it out through this ring and be able to have a big bulky item. And if you notice, I got this guy at the halfway point, because this is where my ice axe sits, and then this side is on the full size point for either my grabber all-weather blanket tarp or tent poles, tent, whatever. So I have a little chunk of Velcro here for a ID badge, morale patch, or whatever. Pretty cool. A couple cons that I'm gonna get to right away. Without having this, stay bar in here and the attachment points up here, this back really gets squishy. So if you ain't got something super rigid up there on this pack, when you go to tighten up your load-bearing straps to get that gravity center point of gravity closer to the back of your spine, it just wants to pull this forward, and then you got a lot of play in here when you're wearing it. So didn't really like that at all, unless you have something super robust and bulky and packed real tight. This thing likes to move around and fold a bunch. The straps are decent. I think they could have been a little bit wider at the top and tapered down more and a little bit thicker. Another thing is that they're not long enough. So they don't go past the bottom of it, don't go past the bottom of the buckle. So what I experienced on my first trip with it, serious trip with it out, is that these started to really dig into the ribs. And when you try to adjust, the weight off your hips and more onto your shoulders because the terrain dictates it, and I got these straps tied really tight, then these really dug in. So it would really been better if these came all the way down below the buckle, like how you see on most other really well-made packs, especially the ILBE is that way, and it has just regular, disconnect clips right here, which aren't the quick release like the ILBE, but they work. But at least all the buckles are the ITW Nexus Duraflex buckles, so they're really good quality buckles. We do have an elastic strap here for your hose to come through. Another really nice feature that I liked about it is that it does have these movable hose clamps that could go into any position on both sides, and they're sleek enough that if you're not using it, it don't get in the way or impede anything. So I really like that. That was a really nice feature to have on here. So A+ for them on that. Just the basic sternum strap on here to give you plenty of plenty of extra webbing on it. So however you need to adjust, if you're wearing really bulky clothing or whatever, you can have some serious good adjustment on that. The hip belt is fair. I mean, you know, it's a light pack. My ILBE is like 8+ pounds just alone, and this guy is only 1,850 grams, or just over a hair over 4 pounds. So you get what you get in weight. So as a light summer pack, you know, yeah, it does well for, you know, carrying 40 to 50 pounds on it. But the hip belt could just be a little bit more padded on there. And they do got 2 little MOLLE rings on the hip belt, which I do like. I wish the ILB had a MOLLE panel there, and I'm still working on figuring out a way to get some MOLLE on there so I could place some stuff here, like a compass pouch or whatever. So onto their hydration pocket, their water bladder pocket. Another bad design with the pack is they call for the water bladder to be right here behind your back where the stay is, and then there's really just not that much room in here for, you know, like the Geiger rig when it's pumped up. It won't really fit in here. And then when you do got a full bladder in there, you know, it's bulging, throwing off your spine, really uncomfortable, doesn't really work out. They do have a hose port here that goes down into that pocket for it, and a little ring there to hook onto, but didn't like it, didn't work out. But luckily I got the Agilite edge, so I can just mount that straight on the back where I usually like having all my water bladders anyways. So that's another you know, another con to it, another little gimmicky thing to it that just wasn't real well thought out. You have your water bladder right there on your back, makes your back uncomfortable, and it also heats your water up. And the last thing you want on a hot day is hot water. You want some nice cool water, and having that bladder right behind your back is just going to heat that water up to where, yeah, the only thing you're going to enjoy about it is that it's wet. So bad idea there. But even with all the shortcomings of this pack and its design, it's got some winning traits. One winning trait that I really liked and really sold me was the opening. And this guy can open all the way down, and it's kind of like a clamshell, but it even goes further than what most clamshells go, because I can zip this all the way down to the base of the pack, and spread it fully open. These are my case straps for my Agilite carrier that go on it. Carry those in it just in case I'm doing a day scout or something after camp or whatever, and I'm just going to take my hydration carrier. I got my straps in there so I could carry it without carrying my pack. So this is my summertime kit right now, where I'm getting ready to go on a pretty cool river canoe trip here in a couple days. So I kind of got it geared out for that right now. Summertime here in the Northwest has been 90 to 100 degrees, so it's really warm. So no sleeping bag, just my woolly blanket. Put this stuff back here. I got my clothing kit. It's got my summertime clothes in there, socks, underwear, stuff like that. I have my my jet boil. Never leave home without it. My Thermarest pad, and all this gear you guys will see if you watch my my ILB long range wilderness kit video. This is all pretty much the same gear, and there all my kits are interchangeable except a few new things that aren't there. Got some Mountain House food in there, and then my top lid kit. It's got all my navigational stuff, fire starting stuff, survival stuff, all in here. Hygiene, that's all in here. So if I need to need to use it. Got my outdoor research gaiters, because when running through the brush or whatever, and you're wearing shorts, it's good to protect your shins from all the damn devil's club. I can handle everything else. I can handle the blackberries, the salmon berries. I can handle all those and the nettles and whatnot, but the thing I cannot handle is that devil's club. So if I'm summertime, I'm always wearing my gaiters with my shorts. I have my my ATS bleed out kit, first aid kit right here. And then and my Right in the Rain little pocketbook. Where is my... Huh, the one thing I don't have is my... Oh yeah, here it is. My Mil-Spec Monkey admin pouch, and that's got all my administrative map, carrier, administrative stuff in there. So on the pack we got this top pouch, which is really similar to my silo gear mountaineering pack. It's got a top pouch right here exactly like this, which I really like having there, so you can put your car keys, wallet, money, whatever little doodads, snacks and stuff. So that's really cool. We got a sleeve right here with Molly on it, couple top opening mesh pockets here on this side flap. Over here we got a full zipper with 2 pockets on this side flap if you want to use the pockets. And then right here we have a pocket here, and then we have a little mesh top pocket here also, which I got a little bit of fire starting stuff in there from my my last trip. We went camping. We went on this round trip, was 23 miles through hell up to Found Lakes, and it was socked in and wet as all hell. We had some rain coming on us, so. And then the main pocket here. Now what I did is, luckily from an old pack, I go through gear all the time that you guys won't see on camera. If I don't think it's worthy, you guys will never see it. So there's packs that I run through and gear that I run through that I'll buy and I'll try, and I'll either give it away or donate it to Goodwill, or if it's worth selling on eBay, I might sell it on eBay. But this guy I got from an old pack, and it was just a plastic back panel with a single adjustable aluminum stay bar in it, and it's conformed to my back. So because this thing just did not hold, 50 pounds comfortably and well, and with, and the problems I went over earlier, and many times I was gonna throw this away because I had it. And I was like, oh yeah, I've stuck it in my ILBE before to help stiffen it up when I was carrying some serious weight, and it helped out. So I decided to keep it around, and luckily it works and fits perfectly inside the zipperfox also. So that's why I have this guy in here. I cut it down a little bit to be able to fit right to the top of it, and so these guys have a real good stiff. So when I go to bring that pack close and center that weight over my center mass, it really helps it. So if you guys are considering getting the zipperfox and are considering going to be humping 30 to 50 pounds of weight in this thing, I would look at either making something like this or purchasing some type of panel that will fit inside this thing, because it changes the dynamic of this backpack immensely. On a 1 to 5 scale, with and without it, I would give it 2.8 for comfortability, and its ability to carry weight and to conform to my body. With it, I give this pack a 4.5 now, for what it is, as far as comfortability and whatnot. So that makes a huge difference in this pack. So if you guys if you guys are thinking about getting this pack, also consider and think about what you're going to do to the back panel, because that single aluminum bar is just a gimmick and don't help out at all. So yeah, so that's one thing that I did custom to it. But other than that, it's it's a great pack. It's made in Poland. Poland's really standing their ground against the EU's encroachment with their immigration and stuff. So that was another reason why I wanted to support a Polish business and support the Poles. You know, there's some really good people over there, and they're standing for what they believe in, standing for their nationality. So yeah, hats off to the Poles and to the Polish companies that are starting to really like make some cool stuff. I guess these guys have been around since the 80s, 90s, but they're just really now becoming known, I guess, to the worldwide market. So, thumbs up on the zipperfox on a lot of ways. I got my pro and con list, and I would say that my pro list is twice, if not 3 times the amount as the con list, but some of those cons are some major things. But if you can correct it, then it makes it better, and that's one thing I'm working on. I'm ordered some Multicam Cordura, and I'm actually gonna make a little padded sleeve that's gonna go underneath here, tie in through the webbing right there, and then just be able to protect that buckle a little bit more, because you got good padding all the way up to right here, and then right after this last stitch is where the padding pretty much ends, and then this is just a little, that's just the 2 layers of Cordura and this other fabric that's sewn there. So it's really thin right here on the end of it. The last like 1.5 inches is really thin. So that needs padding too. So I'm just going to create a little sleeve that'll go on there and stitch it, tie it, whatever, however, just to be able to get that padding, some more padding there, and protect those buckles from the ribs. One little thing is new that I've been doing since any of my other videos is I've been taking my Princeton Tech, and I got it right here on my shoulder, because coupled with my headlamp, so if I'm moving around at night, I'm always going to have light on the trail, no matter which way I turn my head, and that way I ain't got to worry about, you know, turning my head, casting a shadow on my trail, and missing a good foothold or something, and tripping and falling or whatnot. So that's something new that I've started, haven't seen yet. So that right there on my shoulder, light on the trail, and then a headlamp, so if I need to look around, has really been proven really excellent and beneficial to me for moving at night, even though I try not to, but sometimes you just have to. So so with my modifications that I have done and that I am going to do, I'd give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars for what it is. It's got some really cool design features to it. The fact that it fully opens up, you know, you can use this thing as to lay down on as a bench rest, whatever. So that's really nice, and it does carry and hold some gear really well. All the buckles and everything's held up. Like I said, I'm only taking it out on one serious excursion in the back country for 4 days, and we got rained on and everything, and came across some grizzly markings and scat. So it's it held up for that trip, and getting ready to take it on this next trip. So I'm pleased with it. I'm happy with the amount I paid for it. Like I said, just right under 200 bucks. Had to do a few modifications. Gonna throw a little bit more money in it when I order the Cordura and the fabric to do this. But overall, excellent job on the pack. And thanks for watching. If you guys aren't, if you like the video, please like it. Hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, because there's going to be a lot of, I do a lot of YouTube first, things that a lot of people haven't done. I think I'm the first one to review the Agilite Edge hydration carrier. I haven't seen one on YouTube yet, so check my video on hydration carriers, and I talk in depth about that. And again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next video.